Good morning, good morning. Looks like it's about, give it the time here in a second. It is 4:15 by the clock. Figured I'd relay some, I don't know, I guess I just wanted to mention it. Like my tenant yesterday, I seen him, he was doing laundry in the garage. And I don't know, I looked at his face, and his face was like a mixture of like fear and fucking spite and hate. And I don't know what it is with him, but like he's very like inconsistent, you know what I mean? I never seen him look the way I seen him look yesterday, you know? Like, I was standing outside the garage, and he's, like, in the garage, you know? And just, like, his countenance is, like, I don't know, I kind of got from the body language that, like, he didn't want to leave the garage. He's staying in that garage, baby. You know what I mean? And, I never seen him look like that before. Honestly, just it was kind of, it was unnerving. It was unnerving and a little disgusting, quite frankly. You know, he's the type of guy who'll fucking sit and watch CNN all day. You know what I mean? Like, that's his news source. That's like what he does. Sit and watch BBC or CNN, just like fucking taking the narrative straight to the face, straight to the dome. You know what I mean? Like, just taking somebody else's narrative straight to the dome. 20, like, you know, an inordinate amount. And I heard him, like, he's been, like, talking to himself and stuff. Like, he's never done it in 12 years. I don't know. Me and him had a problem years ago over communism, you know, because I went through it, and it was like, you know, the Jordan Peterson stuff going on, but it was like the cultural Marxism, and it's still prevalent in this neighborhood. You know what I mean? The current political climate is in such a fashion that is controlled by women who refuse to discuss politics in any way, shape, or form, because you just can't talk about politics because it's all one party. They got rid of the last person who had a different opinion. They had Ben Stiller came knocking door to door. They invested big money into this neighborhood because there was a balance that we had here. There was a balance in that the state senator was Republican, the city council was Democrat, and there was some kind of cohesive balance to this particular neighborhood in Brooklyn. And it was like that for many, many years, and it was actually a good thing for the neighborhood, because there was two different camps, and maybe not everybody got along, but it was known as a good neighborhood. And now, like, I had a bad experience with some passengers last night. Kids was like cracking open cans of beer in the back seat. I like flipped out on them. I negotiated and navigated the situation so that the trip ended before we got to the destination, but it ended safely, you know. So I'm not sure how it all factors together, but I think it's related somehow. I think my tenant in question, you know, he's still inconsistent, like months after the fact. I had given him some journals. You know, I asked him, you ever wake up and feel like a completely different person? That's a huge red flag for anybody. You know, you wake up You wake up, you feel like a completely different person. You're acting completely different. You're dressing completely different. It's not a good sign. It's not a sign of trustworthiness, that's for sure. You know, it's not a sign of being like a balanced individual, balanced in mind, body, and spirit, or soul, or whatever, what have you. You know what I mean? But you know, it shows inconsistency, and that's not a good thing in this city, because this city changes almost every day. That's the only one thing that's true about the world, is that it changes. It changes. The world's going to change whether you want it to or not. You know. So I mean, you're a conservative or whatever. That's fine. Guess what? The world ain't a conservative. The world's going to keep spinning. Shit's just going to change. You know. Whether it's cohesive with what happened yesterday or not is a different story. I think that's where conservatives kind of come into play there. It's like they want it to make sense from one day to the next, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's like, you know, you kind of want that. You want the measured approach. You're coming from places of wisdom, the tried and true, versus the we're gonna change shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, for the past 10, 15 years around here, it's been, you know, the we're gonna change shit group that's been ruling the roost. And now that it's time to swing back the other way, to like they changed shit, all right. They never stopped to question what the fuck they were gonna change, or what was gonna be, more importantly, what was gonna be changed for them. Because this neighborhood is like a completely different neighborhood. It looks the same. It don't feel the same. It ain't the same. There's no, by no stretch of the imagination, could this be considered the same neighborhood with the same vibe or the same vitality, importantly, that it had 10, 15 years ago. You know, I have a feeling, if you ask a lot of people, you know, now, if they could go back and redo it, at least the people who stayed here, not the people who fucking bailed the fuck out in all these piece of cake moving trucks. If you ask these people, like, if they would, like, maybe not change so much, or maybe change things but in a different way, I think, like, you would have a number of people who would just flat out reject it. And they would all fit a certain demographic that will always subscribe to change no matter what it is, because they're never going to be happy. And they are a constantly aggrieved, perceived underclass. I'm talking about like the mother-in-law syndrome. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't matter what you do, how much you bend over backwards, it's just never gonna be enough. You know what I mean? And that's like, if you recognize that symptom in somebody that's in your family circle, you know, hopefully there's a way for you to rectify it, but many times there may not be. You know, you need powerful magic to overcome that kind of demon. Not demon, but overcome that kind of person. You know, they can be overcome. I fucking done it. You know what I mean? You can tame a mother-in-law. You could fucking conquer the fucking world. Believe that, baby. Especially a narcissistic one. Woo! Whoo! You got some fucking juice, dude. Not to toot my own horn, which I just did. That's okay. So you're gonna have that camp, and then everybody else, for the most part, you got people who believe, like, you know, with the extreme conservatives with religion, and then you got your extreme atheists over here doing whatever the fuck they do. You know what I mean? Worshiping money or whatever the fuck. These people over here with extreme religion, it's like, all right, well, it's tried and true at least. People will survive in one form or another. It might not be ideal. We might all be wearing fucking like robes and you know, kind of like slaves to a church that we're all giving money to. Not ideal. And the people in the middle are watching sports. They're watching reality TV. You know, they're on Insta. They're just doing the live, laugh, love, living the best life. Or they're like, you know, getting the gym grind on, or doing crypto, or scamming people in insurance pyramid schemes. And it's like, you know, everybody's distracted. You know, very few people like me right here who got the time, got the luxury, you know, the fucking luxuriousness to like take a look around and notice this shit, and has the fucking balls to try to like break through, you know, to something, to somebody. Usually not like, you know, on the Facebook groups or anything like that. Not in the bars, because I quit drinking I quit going to bars during the pandemic. You know, and drinking was never really a problem, and I never really got through to anybody. I would trigger the shit out of people and get into a lot of fights, but as far as getting through to anybody, my thoughts weren't exactly coherent enough to actually get through. I could just fucking trigger the fuck out of smart person, dumb person. It didn't really matter. As long as I was triggering somebody, it was good enough for me. Kind of, you know, that kind of thing. So, you know, so when you see inconsistency in someone, it's alarming, because, you know, you can trust somebody to be over here or over here or over here day in and day out. Most people can be consistently what they are, for better or worse. That's not like a judgment thing. That's just how people are. But when you got somebody going from here to here to here, flipping like a switch, or even here, it's like, if they're flipping around like that, something's, you know, they're either going through something or whatever. But the look on this guy's face, something's wrong there. Something's wrong there, and I don't know what it is. And I don't know what it is because the tenants are making deals with the old man, and I don't know what those are, because the old man won't talk to me. You know. You know, and it's not that he won't talk to me. It's just we haven't spoken. He hasn't called me, and I haven't called him. The caveat with that is he like kind of trained me over the years to not call him. Every time I would call him, like just out of the blue, hey, how you doing, old man? You know, what's this? He would always let me know not to call him. I would always have that feeling, listen, don't call me, don't bother me. And that's the policy I've always taken. He always calls me, I never call him. So mum's the word now, even though like my future kind of depends on it. Or not depends on it, but it's going to greatly impact my future, and having a fucking concrete answer on it, like today, would help me greatly for peace of mind and for decision making. The fact that the old man hasn't called me to let me know what the plans are, or to update any of the plans, leads me to believe that the old man simply doesn't give a fuck. And perhaps I don't give a fuck enough about what the old man has to say to call him, you know. So we're kind of at an impasse in that regard. And I'm okay with it because I stopped caring what that motherfucker had to think a very long time ago, honestly. A very long time ago. It is what it is when you see people act the way they act and continually get triggered and not be able to fucking discuss things like an adult. You act like an unbelievable asshole when you're 73 years old. You act like an unbelievable asshole to your family, but then you treat like a stranger in a bar like gold. What are the type of conclusions you want to make? But I just wanted to relay that because it was unnerving. It was something in the eyes. You know what I mean? Like wild eyes. Like, unfortunately, I think it felt like I was looking at his true face there. Just a mixture of like fear, anger, hate, bitterness. Just not. I don't know what it was, but it was something very unnerving that I really have no desire to see ever again, honestly. And like he's about to move away forever, and I offered to drive him up and everything like that. And it may be quite possible that he was never the person I thought he was. That like he's been kind of hiding his true self for a very, very long time. It's like finally coming to light. Finally coming to light after years and years and years. And, that's a concerning thing. That means I have to be on like high alert, honestly, for the next month. My old man wanted me to like vacate the premises, and I'm like, no, this is not the way to do it. Because if this guy's gonna get fucking triggered, he's been under my roof for the past fucking 15 years. If he's gonna get triggered on somebody, he's triggering on me. He's not gonna bring it someplace else and fucking trigger it someplace else. I'll put him down fucking quick, if that's what it takes. So, anyways, just wanted to relay that. I guess I'll consider that like my morning walk / rap. Might be a little dark for the YouTube, but maybe I have preconceived notions over what a YouTube channel could or should be. It feels like it's relevant, and it may be relevant to other people too, in their experiences. So I'm gonna let it roll, and I just been putting it up. I've been putting the footage up raw from the morning walks, just to have something up there, just to get the subscribers or whatever. And I'll continue in that vein. The clip, I put up a clip. It was a half hour. So like, somebody's like, "It's a half-hour clip." I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll figure it out. I'm just talking and relaying things that come to mind, like when I wake up. So that's what I was thinking about, and that's what I thought about, and that's what I said, and that's all I got to say about it for now. I'll probably mull it over during the course of the day to try to decipher what it is I saw and why it disturbed me so. But it's like dark implications, you know what I mean? I'm all for it. Like, yo, that's fucking badass. For like fucking people coming to terms with like a lifetime of fucking lying to themselves, lying to others, and you've been being lied to the whole fucking time. It's like, this guy's turning into a little fucking monster before your eyes, and then the next day he'll be fine, and now he's a fucking monster. You know what I'm saying? Like, this fucking, it's like Stephen King shit. I'm down for it, except Stephen King, he sucks. I think he's on Blue Sky now, or whatever. Fucking political hack. You fucking, get the fuck out of here. Okay, anyways, bye-bye. Let me turn this off here.